Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Star Family Tarot. Your intuition led you here. The theme for this video is unveiling your next golden moment. This is a timeless message, so whenever you find this video, there will be something here for you. And before choosing a card or a crystal that you're drawn to, take a deep breath. Ask your spirit guide team to help you choose which card is right for you at this time. They'd love to help, but you've got to ask. And if you found this channel, you are an old soul and probably a light worker, so welcome. And this is a general reading, so trust your intuition. If something doesn't fit, then it's not for you, or it may connect later on. So for card number 1, I have this Amazonite. And card number 2, I have this rhodonite. And card number 3 is a calcite for card number 3. So take as much time as you need to choose. Pause the video if you need to. You'll find the timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, card number 1. If you chose this Amazonite and the first card out of the 3, then this message is for you. So I went ahead and pulled a card for you to represent the general theme for your next golden moment in advance and channeled a message for you on that card. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you first. Then we'll choose some more tarot cards, or Spirit will choose some more tarot cards to dive in deeper to that energy. We will then pull an oracle card, and we will lastly end with a Lightworker oracle card. So for you, card number 1, we have the 6 of materials. I love the depiction in this deck for this card. All this energy in the heart space, it's so beautiful. So this next golden moment will arise when the energy flows in perfect harmonious balance, when you are receiving at exactly the same level that you are giving with your earthly resources. This may be the highest vibrational expression of the Suit of Pentacles, or materials in this deck. The balance also extends to both parties on either side of the exchange, feeling seen, valued, appreciated, and served by the exchange itself. When the pennies don't require counting because all are receiving exactly what they need and they are fully satiated by it. When giving can be done so freely as not to expect anything in return, so it naturally boomerangs back to you. This is the opposite of scarcity. Giving all that you can take because you are so full to give, full of love to give. Generosity that comes from so deep within the heart space that it amplifies that heart energy tenfold out into your life. No strings of any kind. It is as free and loving as the innocence of a child. So really beautiful message to get us started here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the tarot and pull some cards to get some more clarity on your next golden moment. Angels and guides for card number 1. What can you tell us about our next golden moment? Fool in your past position. Temperance in your current energy. The Four of Emotions in your challenge area. Ace of Emotions in your advice. The Star in your outcome. Wow. You have 3 major arcanas here. This is big. Okay. So in your past position, we have the Fool, which is the beginning of every journey that you embark on in this life. The beginning of any new relationship, the beginning of any new business, of any new exciting venture that's calling you forward. The Fool is always where that begins. It's where the amalgamation of all potential is just encompassed in this one card. Limitless potential here. The possibilities are innumerable for where this journey can go. This does feel like it's a general life reading here, just because you have the balance of emotions, major arcana, and materials. Materials can be like your financial state or work in general. But it feels more like it's a state of mind here for you. The Six of Materials being like a state of being instead of talking about actually money flowing in and out. It feels like it's more of a mindset. So this reading feels like it's more about your emotional and your mental states. So it seems like recently you have been excited to start something new. And you may love starting something new. You may love falling in love like we all do. It's really exciting when you're in that pre-planning phase because, like I said, anything is possible. This is jumping without worrying about if you have anything soft to land on, because if you don't jump, then you're not living. It feels like this isn't necessarily still in your past, though. So it seems like you haven't had much trouble taking that first step, taking that first leap, allowing yourself to imagine what the future holds for you. It feels like that space has been easy to jump into. It feels like letting yourself imagine what this life could look like with this new person, with this new way of being, whether that's like moving or a new business, a new role at work, something like that, like a new beginning here. So where have you in your life had a new beginning? It seems like this has been a little bit easy for you to begin again. So that's wonderful. And then it's really interesting that in your current energy is Temperance, because this is the card of balance and moderation. And the Six of Materials I was also reading as this complete balance between give and take. And this type of balance of temperance is even more complete, not just about give and take, but more about balancing by taking pain and being able to turn it into purpose, by staying in that middle area of alchemy, by taking anything that's been difficult and turning it into a spiritual life lesson and creating a healing moment from anything that's been difficult for you recently. This is also a balance between the material and spiritual planes. So where have you been playing with allowing pain to surface so you can turn it into purpose? Where have you been playing with allowing duality to serve you rather than getting caught up on one extreme or the other? Because that's where creation energy takes place, is in the center of duality. But this is ultimately like a healing card, being able to dig deep into the pain of the past and create healing moments for it, to even extend that healing to others. Are you working on becoming a healer in some capacity? Being a healer doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a website and a healing studio to have people come and see you. You could be a healer as a teacher. You could be a healer in the way you operate as a nurse. You could be a healer in working at the post office and the way that you treat people with love and respect just with your eyes. It can look as numerous as there are people here. That's how many ways there are to be a healer. Also, it's interesting that this person here looks like equal parts masculine and feminine, because that's also part of the balance that temperance is. So balancing those feminine and masculine energies that we all have within us. The masculine is that drive to go out and do, and the feminine is requiring to stay in and receive. Not stay in necessarily, but to receive from spirit, to receive from your inner being, to receive from your inner knowing. And that's where creation happens, is in the center of the feminine and the masculine energies. So balancing that within yourself without the need for another person is really, I think, a way of the future. And by balancing it within yourself, it doesn't mean you need to appear androgynous if you don't wish. For me, it could look like wearing a nice feminine dress one day, and then the next day wearing combat boots and a leather jacket. You know, it's like that. Those ways of expression, they don't have to be this extreme looking type of androgynous person, but how can you express that in other ways too? How can you express your feminine nature when you want to, and how can you express your masculine nature when you want to? And in your challenge position is the Four of Emotions, which is like the Four of Cups in the traditional tarot. And that is really this kind of trap of apathy, of seeing what's before you, seeing what's in front of you, seeing what emotional fulfillment is here for you, and still asking for more or seeking for more, or just knowing that there's more out there. But what's interesting here is that this is the Four of Cups, or the Four of Emotions, and she has these three here, and she doesn't realize that she is the fourth cup. So these spirits are breathing life into her vessel, trying to show her from this perspective that she is the fulfillment that she's been looking for. So instead of seeking outside yourself, all you have to do is shift your attention inward, and you will be able to witness yourself as being able to generate emotional fulfillment. So sometimes it feels like, especially when we start something new, we are like thinking, oh, one day I'll have this X, Y, and Z. One day I will have a family. One day I'll have that house and a yard. One day I'll have that dream job. Instead of realizing what's in front of you right now that's going to help you get there, is to be in the state like you already have it. Not to like be completely delusional and out of touch with reality like you have it, but rather, what elements of what it is that you're seeking can you cultivate from within? Instead of thinking, oh, one day I'll have that new role or that new job or have my own business. What steps are you taking today towards creating that business? What steps are you taking today to put yourself on the track for leadership within your company? How are you acting as if? How are you letting others imagine yourself in that role too? How are you showing them that that's where you're meant to be? How are you showing yourself that's where you're meant to be? So this is asking you to cultivate more joy from within. And how can you do that? How can you lean more into your meditation? How can you move your body and start the circulation of energy so you're able to feel more joy, accept more joy into your being? Are you filling your cup up by being with friends at this time? Anything that you can do to shake things up a little bit is going to help you overcome this apathetic boredom, discontent energy, yeah. And in your advice position is the Ace of Emotions, which is it's like that self-fulfilling cup of fulfillment. It's that cup that never runs out because it is filled from within. She is the cup here. This holy grail that will just continue to overflow and fill itself back up because she is the source of her own fulfillment, happiness, and contentment. She's not seeking outside anywhere else. She knows that she can have that because I think it also comes back to that purpose, right? That purpose that you're creating in your life with this temperance energy, this moderation energy. This also comes back to purpose. This also could be opportunities for new relationships too. If there's a new relationship that you're beginning at this time, I would definitely pursue that if it's giving you this feeling. This is also very creative energy. Emotional, intelligent, creative energy. So what are you creating lately? How can you lean in more to your creativity to get you out of the rut that is the Four of Emotions? That will definitely serve you. So anywhere where you can go to connect your heart with others, anywhere that you can express what's inside your heart, creative expression is ultimately what is being advised here. Creative expression through sharing it with others or just sharing it into the world for the joy of sharing. And in your outcome is the Star, which is also a very big card of healing. Absolutely. This is hope. This is being in touch with your North Star. This is remembering why you wanted to start out on this fool's journey. This is also connected to what's going to give you that emotional fulfillment. So what is your reason why? What is your North Star? Making sure that you're being connected with that reason why every day. Because this is a beautiful outcome. This is hope also married with expectations. Expectations for fulfillment. Expectations for miracles. Expectations for having your desires be fulfilled. But trust in your ability to connect with what it is that is your particular North Star, because there is no one else that has this exact passion, this exact reason why they're excited to show up, excited to create. No one else has this calling exactly like you do. No one else can offer what you have to offer. So we need your light at this time. So how can you keep that light lit with hope? Beautiful. We're going to jump into an oracle card here to clarify. And if my style of reading resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings, and you can find that info in the description box below. This is a new channel, so if you did receive any helpful insights or clarity from this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for readings every week. Momentum. Keep the momentum going, whether big or small steps. Keep pushing for what you want. Fast-paced, charging ahead. That's really interesting because it's like following the energy of the Fool. You got really excited with starting something. Maybe you ran into some opportunities for healing. So it's kind of slowing you down, and it got you kind of a little bit stuck in those emotional deep waters. But they're saying if you're coming up for air here, you're reigniting that creative fire, then you have this ultimate hope, which is your next golden moment, is this star energy. It's shining your light. It's an opportunity to shine your light into the world. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card from the Lightworker Oracle. This card number 1 needs to know about their next golden opportunity. Wow. Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. That's so interesting. So the momentum is giving masculine vibes. You're being called to balance the masculine and feminine at this time, and now the Divine Feminine is here. Let me read what that says. Divine feminine wisdom empowers you to grow into your vision, your dreams, and fulfillment of your life purpose. Perhaps you envision a very different life for yourself to what you are experiencing now. This wisdom reminds you that you can experience even the most extraordinary dreams as reality if you are willing to grow into what you desire, to become what you seek. Surrender any plans about how you can best manifest your dreams, and instead allow life to guide and nourish you through your experiences each day. The universe supports your divine destiny and is helping you become all you are meant to be. When the wisdom of the Divine Feminine reaches you, the message is clear. You are in the process of becoming more of heaven on earth. Sometimes there are growing pains alongside the joy such growth brings. You may feel concerned, thinking your pain is an indication that you are failing in some way. You may judge your suffering as a sign that you are not operating at a high enough frequency. Yet how many spiritual masters upon this planet have endured great suffering, as well as experiencing tremendous love and joy in the fulfillment of their divine destiny? Growing pains are just part of the feminine path of creation, of breaking through what has become too small for you. There is joy in the eventual freedom, but the act of breaking through can feel painful at times. When things are difficult or you're feeling doubt, when you feel the need to do something that scares you and challenges you at the depths of your being, you are experiencing growing pains. They will pass, and you will benefit from the growth. However, you need to know that whilst this difficulty is in your life, the divine is very much with you, encouraging you, believing in you so much that it will deliver a tough lesson. You can handle it for however long it needs to continue, and that won't be forever. This oracle also brings you a message about how much the Divine Feminine loves you and wants to help you grow with the least struggle and most peace. If you don't listen to her, instead choosing to believe in fear, you may be terrified of your growing pains. You won't be sure if they will ever end. You may doubt your ability to turn adversity into triumph. Oh, temperance again. Instead of trusting, you may believe the world isn't safe. This can keep you paralyzed in self-defeating, self-harming patterns. While these may give you a temporary familiar satisfaction, ultimately these patterns mean that you will continue to struggle and suffer under the weight of addiction or emotional pain. You deserve so much better than that. The Divine Feminine speaks to you now and promises that if you are willing to show up in your life each day and trust the circumstances before you, she will guide you into your most beautiful divine destiny. It is safe to trust her. She wants for you only the best and most beautiful life journey, one perfectly suited for all that you are and all that you can be. Your heart beats in perfect rhythm with the heart of love at the center of our universe. Trust your heart and trust life. All is progressing beautifully, and you are guided ever deeper into your divine fulfillment. Wow, so much talk of fulfillment here. Even addictions were mentioned with it, which also this card can kind of bring a light to. If there are any addictions, it's just energy within our being that's being called to be balanced, right? So give yourself grace. Sending you so much support and love and light on your journey. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hello, card number 2. If you chose this rhodonite that is shaped like a little coffin, then this message is for you. Oh, also if you picked this second card. So I went ahead and pulled a card in advance to sum up the general theme for your next golden moment and how to get there. I went ahead and channeled a message about that card for you in advance. So I'm going to read that to you first, then we'll go ahead and pick some more tarot cards to get in a little bit deeper to that energy. Then we'll pull a clarifying oracle card, and finally we'll end with a Lightworker oracle card. So without further ado, card number 2, we have the Four of Voices, which is like the Four of Swords in the traditional tarot. So what I wrote for you is, your next golden moment will arise after a sweet period of rest, rejuvenation, and solitude. You may have been striving and pushing past your limits recently. Your emotional and physical body may be whispering to you to please recharge before continuing on. Treating your vessel like you would care for a small child is what is being called for at this time. Once you are burned out, your nervous system will require even more time to recover. So heed this call now to allow yourself space for renewal. Accommodating rest is a radical act of self-love, especially in a society that exalts exhaustion. Once you allow yourself to enter deep periods of slumber and slowing down, your path to your next golden moment will appear. Suspend activities, rest, and remember, even nature slows down in cycles, so her sweetest fruit can flourish. Retreat and take the time you need to integrate the lessons you've learned and endured. Hidden blessings wait on the other side. All right, so we all can use a little bit of this medicine from time to time. Who wouldn't want to take a bath like this? Amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some more tarot for you about your next golden moment. Card number 2, angels and guides for card number 2. What can you tell us about their next golden moment? The Ace of Emotions in your past position. The Four of Materials in your current energy. 2 fours here. Okay. Whoa, 3 fours. 4 of Inspiration in your challenge area. Which is like the 4 of Wands, and this is like the 4 of Pentacles, traditional tarot. Muse of Materials in your advice. Actually, I'm gonna leave that like this. The Star in the outcome. Wow. This was also the outcome for card number 1. If you felt at all called for card number 1, there might be something there for you too. Very interesting. They also had the Ace of Emotions as well, so very interesting. So in your past position is the Ace of Emotions, which is all about this self-filling cup of fulfillment. It's like this holy grail of everlasting life, like it's giving life because it's coming from within your being, this newfound love in relationships, newfound love in creative expression, your creativity in general, self-expression, compassion for others. It is emotional fulfillment, which can come in many different ways, and for many of you it will be showing up differently, but this could, for some of you, be the start of a new relationship. So if you recently started a new relationship, this is for you, but this does feel more like a career or overall life reading because of everything else that I'm seeing here. So for you, I would say maybe you recently found a way to really light yourself up with creative expression, and that could be related to career or hobby or side hustle or some other way that will also be a potential for making money. But it is really lighting you up. So whatever it has, like recently something that you found to engage with that really is making you feel called toward higher purpose. Whatever has been feeling like it's a calling from within your soul for higher purpose. For how can you share, how have you been sharing your magic recently with others? And that's what this is about. So very interesting that that's in your past position. Perhaps sometimes when we engage with that energy too long, we don't want to rest because we're feeling so good, we're feeling so lit up that you're like, well, I'm so lit up. Usually it comes more like with the fire energy though, because then you like kind of burn yourself out. But it also could come from feeling so emotionally fulfilled that maybe it's hard to, like, let's say you started writing poetry recently and it's making you feel so good. It's such this cathartic release, and you're just loving how it feels to express, even if it's no one's reading it. You just are absolutely loving the act of doing it. And next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. and you have to be at work in 4 hours. That kind of energy, especially with the newness of it, it can get kind of like it's hard to take a rest from something that you love so much, is what I'm trying to say. And in your current energy is the 4 of Materials, which is really interesting. That's your second 4. So this is like the 4 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, which is all about this reluctance to circulate energy. It's like she's clutching to these roses that she's grown for fear that no more will ever grow. So this is really a card about scarcity. This and the 5 of Materials is really about scarcity because it's fearing that you need to hoard, you need to save, you need to hold on to what it is that you've earned because you ultimately don't believe that the universe or yourself or both are capable of generating any more. So this is calling us always to have faith that the universe and spirit and yourself are always capable of generating more abundance for yourself. So never to be fearful of spending within reason. This also could just be like general worry about money, like constantly looking at your bank account or not wanting to look at your bank account. Both things are sort of out of balance. So this card is here to just remind you that you're always safe. It's safe for you to spend and believe that the universe will provide, and it will. And money is energy, and energy wants to be in circulation. So just remember that the spirit of money wants to be in circulation. There are infinite ways to create more. And I would have that maybe even be your mantra. And in your challenge position is the Four of Inspiration, which is about gathering in community. It's about celebrating in community. So this would make a lot of sense that if your current energy is the Four of Materials and the whole tone for this reading is the Four of Voices, the need to rest, and then you're having trouble trusting that money is going to continue to come to you, that maybe you might have a hard time also engaging in celebration with others, engaging in just like the pleasures of life, the pleasures of celebrating what it is that you've accomplished, celebrating life, celebrating each other, lifting each other up. This is being in conscious, beautiful community. You may also have trouble honoring yourself and your achievements at this time. So Spirit is encouraging you to honor every single moment, exactly where it is. Meet yourself where you are and honor what it took to get there. And know where you're going. Have faith that you'll get there. But I'm feeling like there's some perfectionist vibes here as well. Not like the requirement for rest, the being scared to circulate money, the not wanting to celebrate yourself. Those are tendencies of a perfectionist. So do your best to not judge yourself, because then you're judging God's creation, right? Like when we judge ourselves, we're judging God's creation. And your advice is the Muse of Materials, which is like the king of materials in the traditional tarot, but in this deck there are no men, so they call it the Muse of Materials, which is such financial and worldly stability. It's stability within the family. It's providing for the family. It's providing for a generation. It's abundance. It's knowing that the universe, that the world is abundant. And this is prosperity and abundance for sure. So stepping into this energy, trusting that you have the capacity to create it, to maintain it, to help it grow, because you are a divine creator being. That is what the advice is here, because that will lead you to your higher purpose, to your North Star. But this is all but secure, like this is secured financial and material success. This is all but assured. So how can you delight in creation? How can you delight in what the world has to offer? How can you engage your senses? How can you know that everything is coming to you, that you are abundant, that you have the ability to create abundance? That's what this energy is asking you to step into after, of course, a period of rest. So we're taking a rest, we're making sure that we're circulating our energy, that it is our money, we're making sure that we're celebrating and taking a moment to acknowledge how far we've come in our journey. And then we're getting back in touch with our reason why, our North Star, our reason for doing the things that we're doing. This Ace of Emotions energy too, right? It's like getting in touch with your higher purpose, what is calling you forward. And this is also a card of deep healing. So it's like getting in touch with your reason why, your unique offering with the world, your service to humanity, your contribution, your signature contribution to humanity. Getting in touch with that will always provide healing for you. And that will be your next golden moment, is this energy. All right, let's go ahead and pull a clarifier here. And if my style of reading resonates with you and you'd like to dive deeper, I do offer personal readings at this time. I can pick up cards. It's cool. So you can find the info in the description box. And this is a new channel, so if you did find any helpful insights or clarity from this reading, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe for readings every week. Right, card number 2. What else can you tell us about the next golden moment for card number 2? Wow. Breakthrough. A significant breakthrough is near. Whatever you're going through, it's preparing you for this big break. Discovery, progress, big boost. Absolutely. It's that moment in the void, that resting moment right before you create this magical abundance. Get in touch with your higher purpose and higher self. Celebrate your wins. Amazing. Finally, we're going to end with a Lightworker Oracle card. Angels and guides for card number 2. Can you tell us about their next golden moment? What? This is also what card number 1 had. Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Okay. How funny is that? Divine feminine wisdom empowers you to grow in your vision, your dreams, and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Perhaps you envision a very different life for yourself to what you are experiencing now. This wisdom reminds you that you can experience even the most extraordinary dreams as reality if you are willing to grow into what you desire, to become what you seek. Surrender any plans about how you can best manifest your dreams and instead allow life to guide you and nourish you through your experiences each day. Nourishing with that 4 voices. The universe supports your divine destiny and is helping you become all you are meant to be. When the wisdom of the divine feminine reaches for you, the message is clear. You are in a process of becoming more of heaven on earth. Sometimes there are growing pains alongside the joy such growth brings. You may feel concerned, thinking your pain is an indication that you are failing in some way. You may judge your suffering as a sign that you are not operating at a high enough frequency. Yet how many spiritual masters upon this planet have endured great suffering as well as experiencing tremendous love and joy and the fulfillment of their divine destiny? Growing pains are just part of the feminine path of creation, of breaking through what has become too small for you. There is joy in the eventual freedom, but the act of breaking through can feel painful at times. When things are difficult or you are feeling doubt, when you feel the need to do something that scares you and challenges you at the depths of your being, you are experiencing growing pains. They will pass and you will benefit from the growth. However, you need to know that whilst this difficulty is in your life, the divine is very much with you, encouraging you, believing in you so much that it will deliver a tough lesson. You can handle it for however long it needs to continue, and that won't be forever. This oracle also brings you a message about how much the divine feminine loves you and wants to help you grow with the least struggle and most peace. If you don't listen to her, instead choosing to believe in fear, you may be terrified of your growing pains. You won't be sure if they will ever end. You may doubt your ability to turn adversity into triumph. You may lose faith instead of trusting that life has your best interests at heart and that you are capable of meeting any challenge that arises. Instead of trusting, you may believe the world isn't safe. This can keep you paralyzed in self-defeating, self-harming patterns. While these may give you a temporary familiar satisfaction, ultimately these patterns mean you will continue to struggle and suffer under that weight of addiction or emotional pain. You deserve so much better than that. The Divine Feminine speaks to you now and promises that if you are willing to show up in your life each day and trust in the circumstances before you, she will guide you into your most beautiful divine destiny. It is safe to trust her. She wants for you only the best and most beautiful life journey, one perfectly suited for all that you are and that you can be. Your heart beats in perfect rhythm with the heart of love at the center of the universe. Trust your heart and trust life. All is progressing beautifully and you are guided ever deeper into your divine fulfillment. Wow. Beautiful message there to end on. Sending you so much support, love, and light on your journey, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hello, card number 3. If you chose this calcite star and the third card out of the 3, then this message is for you. Went ahead and pulled a card for you in advance about the general theme for your next golden moment. So I will go ahead and read that channeled message to you now. Oh, and I also channeled a message about that. So I'll read that to you now. Then we will pull some more tarot cards to get into that energy even more deeply. Then we will pull an oracle card to clarify. And finally, we'll end with a Lightworker oracle card. So for you, we have the Page of Emotions. Card number 3. What I'm hearing for you is that your next golden moment will arise when you make a deeper connection with your inner child. This energy is playful and expectant of the most joyful and wondrous synchronicities. This is allowing space for your imagination to run away with you, like you did as a child. Did you speak to animals or create magical forest realms as a child? Now is the time to call in some more of that wonder. Creating and expecting magic is a choice we can make every day. If you can spend time with kids to inspire you, that might be helpful. I also have a meditational link for you below that's an inner child healing meditation. Another practice I love is to share beautiful coincidences with someone who'd appreciate them, or make a journal for these magical moments of synchronicity. Record them and expect them and watch them multiply in your life. And synchronicity, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the term, is like a meaningful coincidence. I know that I'll see 444 and 1111 every day, which are guideposts from my higher self that I'm supported and on the right path. See through the eyes of your heart and get ready for more magic. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some more tarot about your next golden moment. Angels and guides for card number 3. What can you tell us about their next golden moment, please? Oh. The sun flew out. So we will take that. See how that plays in. The 8 of Inspiration. Which is like the 8 of Wands. The Muse of Materials, which card number 2 also had. Okay, I'm wondering, since this came out first, put this in your past position. 8 of Inspiration in your current energy. Muse of Materials in your challenge position. 6 of Emotions in your advice position. Wow, another child here showing up. The other inner child card. And the Wheel in your outcome. Cool. Very cool. So this is really interesting that this is in your past position. I'm feeling like it's not really in your past position. I feel like it's carrying into your now moment, the sun energy, because the sun it's so healing and just the epitome of joy and contentment and satisfaction and freedom and everything that the sun can provide for life on earth. It's a vital life force energy, right? And also like her central solar plexus area here in her stomach, this chakra in her center, is lighting up from within because she is so in tune with the sun. That is the part of our being that the sun can activate, the I am center. So just being in touch with who you truly are. Also, it's like her crown is being lit up here because that's maybe where the sun is entering her being. So that's also really interesting. But it feels like this is letting you know that there may have been some times of tribulation, some difficult, some challenging times that happened recently, and now is your time to be in the sun. I feel like this, like, again, this isn't necessarily just a past energy, especially because it flew out. I don't really want to read it that way. I want to more engage with this as it is reflective of your current state and what's available to you now. So I would definitely claim that as being available to you now, and something to lean into more. And on the traditional, oh, this is so funny. On the traditional tarot of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there's also like a naked child riding a horse, which, like, what is more free and fun and than that? Like being a naked child riding a horse through the sun and wildflowers and things. So that's really funny that you have 3 cards here dealing with children. Are you expecting a child? That may apply to some of you. So if you are not wanting to conceive a child at this time, you might want to take extra precaution. But also, this is the time to, your next golden moment is getting in touch with that inner being, that inner child that is this bigger part of your soul, right? This part of you pre-programming, preconditioning by society at large. The part of you that came in complete and whole from the spirit side, just like this little ball of love and light. And that is your birthright, is to be operating from that place, that heart-centered place. Like, her heart is lit up here. Yeah. And then in your current energy is this 8 of Inspiration, which again is like the 8 of Wands in the traditional tarot, which is all about fast-moving communication, but it's like they're all going at the same speed, and they, in the traditional tarot, they're like, it's a card without any people in it to show that what's in motion here is divine and divinely led and guided, and it's already in motion. But this is ultimately momentum, and it's like it's depicting the momentum that an idea has. Like, once an idea is on its way to you, to, like, it's on its way to manifest to you. How am I trying to say this? Like, when you have an idea and you release that idea into the universe before it manifests as something tangible in your reality, that is this energy. So it can come in the form sometimes of communication to you, to, like, let you know that it's coming through, like email and expecting an email or a text or a carrier pigeon. So it's really taking advantage of this quick moving energy that is behind you right now. And like I said, it's an energy that is like divinely guided. So you have your spirit team behind you right now. You have momentum right now. So this is saying keep going. Take advantage of this momentum now. You have your time in the sun is now. Like, your time to be in this childlike state of wonder and creation energy is now. So what can you bring into life? What can you breathe into life with this energy? What can you create with this energy? So this is definitely a call to action here. And in your challenge position is the Muse of Materials, which is this beautifully abundant, in the traditional tarot, it's the King of Pentacles, which he represents like societal norms and structures and the way things have always been done. But he is the wealthiest, most abundant, materially, financially successful king. In this deck, there are only muses, not kings, because this deck does not depict men. But it's really interesting that this is in your challenge position. Like, you may be enjoying everything that Spirit has to offer here in the sun, and creating, cultivating more joy for yourself, or at least you're stepping into that now. But it may be difficult for you to take all of that activity that's in your imagination and bring it down into reality to create something tangible and lasting. But this card is saying that even though it may be challenging for you, if you commit to showing up with dedication every day, you can create and generate abundance for yourself. We also could see this energy in your challenge position look like maybe an over focus on how to create money in your life, how to create financial stability in your life. And what I'm hearing is that all of these energies are created. They are all intertwined. So the worry is just pushing it away. But if you can get more into that state of wonder, into that childlike energy, it will, that's the kind of money that, or the kind of energy that money will be attracted to, because it is providing value, it's providing lightness in the world. It also can be like in your challenge position with this card, it could also be like you are thinking a little bit too practically, too within the box. And if you're here, you probably have the capacity to think outside of the box. So maybe not be focused so much on practicality, but rather on how you can cultivate joy. And I'm not saying go and give up your worldly possessions and give up your 9-to-5 job and all that. What I'm saying is, how can you cultivate joy so this money energy doesn't feel so heavy? Okay. So the 6 of emotions in your advice position, I think, is just like, there's so much emphasis here on connecting with the inner child. I really would encourage you to do some of this work. Asking your inner child what it wants to do. Do you want to engage in more play, engage in more fun, dancing to music, like playing with bubbles, doing a cartwheel in the grass? These kinds of things that are just really simple really can help your inner child live alongside you and feel seen and feel heard. Because a lot of times when the inner child doesn't feel seen or heard or safe, then it can kind of sabotage you from within your subconscious. So even calling you to look at pictures of yourself as a child. Imagine speaking to yourself as that little child. What kinds of things did you like to do as a little child? Engaging with those activities again. I used to tap dance for years and years and years, and like putting on a pair of tap shoes now as an adult is so fun. It's so fun because I'm just transported back to that time where I was like, yes, I love to stomp around and make noise. So anything like that where you can engage with the same activities that you like to do as a kid. Could even just be bouncing a ball, you guys. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy complicated investing in, classes and all this stuff. It could just be like little daily actions that acknowledge that you are this multidimensional being who still yearns to play and have fun, even though you're trying to adult through some pretty heavy experiences. It also could be doing the shadow work of healing some memories that maybe some trauma that you experienced as a child, some wounding that you experienced as a child, and not to discredit the pain that you felt, or to misremember it in a way that's completely out of touch with reality, but rather to ultimately get to the place where you're grateful for the trauma that you endured, because it created the person that you are today. Because it made you who you are now, and you love yourself so deeply that you're grateful for those experiences. That's really ultimately how we can change our reality, is changing our perception and even perceiving things differently that occurred in the past as well. And if you can successfully engage with that inner child, then the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. You're sitting on top of the wheel. This is success on all levels. This is new opportunities showing up. This is the fated opportunities showing up. This is being in alignment with opportunities that are showing up for you. But this is also acknowledging that you may have, like I said, been through some times of difficulty recently. You may have been feeling like you're down here at the bottom of the wheel, but now it is your time. The tides are turning in your favor. So take advantage of that, especially with the Eight of Inspiration and your current energy. Take advantage of the momentum and that the universe is lining up for you to create magic, because this will lead to your next golden moment in the sun with your inner child, swinging on some swings, eating a popsicle, having the best grand old time. All right, so we're going to pull a clarifying oracle card here. And if my style of reading resonates for you and you'd like to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings at this time. And if you did receive any clarity from this reading, I would love to connect with you via subscribing, liking, sharing, and you can expect readings every week. Card number 3. Golden moment. What else can you tell us here? Wow, interesting. Unclear path. Step by step, keep going, and it will lead you to destinations you might not have considered. Unknown, hidden blessings. That is giving this Eight of Inspiration, ride this wave that is giving the wheel, ride being on top. Keep going. You don't always have to know exactly what's in front of you. But know that if you just keep following those pings, those synchronicities, like we talked about in the beginning with the Page of Emotions, you follow those synchronicities, I swear magic is just, it's bound, it's guaranteed to unfold for you. So finally, we're going to pull a Lightworker Oracle card for card number 3. Woo! Okay, well that one was pretty clear that it wanted to come out. Third ray of creative intelligence. The third ray of creative intelligence brings the gift of practical spirituality and develops the talent for grounding inspired creativity into the world. Wow, just like with this Muse of Materials, right? It empowers your manifestation. This ray brings many gifts, including new ideas and the practical support needed to bring them to life. The ability to organize, make connections and networks, and synthesize information from various sources into one coherent whole. Archangel Chamuel helps you receive this gift from the universe with love and intelligence. The third ray of creative intelligence will help you gain practicality to organize and manifest an idea or vision in the world. Ooh, I'm just hearing like this organization here through this Eight of Inspiration, where it's like all these ideas organizing. Anyway, when this ray is active in our lives, we want to take action, bring something to life. Not just to know or feel, but to do. With this oracle comes a message about taking action and believing that even the most inspired and spiritual ideas can have practical purpose in the world. Your visions and ideas can and should be worked with so they can manifest. You must believe in your capability and competence, your confidence and practical, down-to-earth common sense, even if these are not always your strongest qualities. If you doubt your ability to achieve all that you dream of, remember that sometimes the universe puts dreams in our hearts to help us develop strengths that are dormant within us. This can bring to life a whole slew of abilities and talents we didn't know we had. We are given nudges in life to discover what we are made of, which can be so much more than what we might have initially believed. The challenge with this ray is to take it one step at a time, like the unclear path, step by step. Allow the universe to help you find the patience, persistence, and sense of humor that will help you stick to the process of creation. Do not try to be too much at once, nor allow your project to get too complicated. Above all, do not give up before you finally brought your inner light to life in the world. Archangel Chamuel brings the gift of reclaiming lost energy, ideas, or talents that can help you fulfill your divine potential. This archangel helps you reawaken talents from this or other lifetimes that may have been cast aside, like from childhood, maybe. Perhaps your intuitive healing energy was put to one side as you studied or tended to family responsibilities. Perhaps your business sense or your ability to market yourself in a soulful and loving way is yet to be discovered. Maybe an ability to teach or the clear, confident voice of a writer is within you, waiting to be developed. This archangel will help you find and apply with loving confidence whatever talents and abilities are required to turn your aspirations into manifestations. As this ray has a special connection with business, you are asked to remain open to learning and growing through financial success. This ray can help heal the tension that many feel between spirituality and financial abundance. It helps us recognize that the spirit feels joy in successful physical world endeavors, particularly those that serve love. When a situation is a win-win for all involved, there is no reason at all to hold back from material success. It can be celebrated and enjoyed whilst you maintain the true motivation for the work, which is love. Yes, I feel like this is also giving with this muse of materials, like having trouble maybe trying to start a spiritual business or pursue a spiritual business at this time, something like that. It could be difficult because you just see the practicality behind it. But anyway, there's already so many synchronicities in this reading alone here for you. I love it so much. I love when it all just comes together. Sending you so much support, love, and light on your journey. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.